Wait! Hello, how you doing? I'ma be real, I haven't reviewed much seasonal anime because of this one game in particular, Fall Guys.
Some strategies on this, bro.
Okay.
Yeah! Yes!
Oh
Too easy, dude. Give me that crown, dude.
At this point, I think I need rehab because this game's taken over me. But thanks to Classroom of the Elite, this addiction has faded and now I'm a completely different man. Anime as of recent ain't been the craziest stuff in the world lately, and that's probably due to the amount of animes that come out for now. And a lot of the shows end up not being worth the watch because the ending after you finish the show makes you think, hey yo, what the fuck? And as much of a heinous take I have that Attack on Titan isn't a 10 out of 10, there's always the thought, what would have happened if something happened differently? But you know what I don't think for that? Classroom of the Elite, because this show is apparently the mini Sigma of anime. Like, if this guy does anything, it's probably classed as the smartest thing. I'm never saying Sigma ever again. Classroom of the Elite is based in a school, which is basically its own country, as it has its own currency, and this currency is won through exams and mini games, and the person who doesn't meet the criteria or the amount of currency gets absolutely obliterated, nothing left. Nah, I'm playing. But they get like kicked out or something, or demoted. So these people need to work together and find a way to beat these challenges. But when it comes to this, I see some similarities with this guy and me, because I'd be hard carrying too. The anime follows Ayanokoji, and you get to see how smart he really is and see how he tries to live his normal life. All of the cast, side and main characters are all split up into different groups, which is based on how well you did on the entrance exam. But these groups are solidified once you're actually in them, and when you get points, the higher the rank you get. And Koji ended up being at the bottom because he got an average score of 50. But what is crazy that you might not know is that he ended up getting all the questions that most people got wrong right, and most questions that everyone else got right wrong. I think in the light novel it said something like 3%. I don't know, I don't read it. So he'd basically get 1 + 1 wrong and say it's like 4, but he'll somehow figure out who's stronger out of Saitama and Goku. This anime has had a lot of characters, which I previously said which are split into different groups. But let's start with the main character, the main man himself, Ayanokoji. So he's the smartest guy in the show, which he just wants to be a normal high school kid. Even though his face stays the same throughout the whole anime, he sure does say a lot, but there really isn't much to say about him other than he's smart and he's always 2 steps ahead. Like in the first episode, bro was categorizing them, but he isn't all perfect as he lacks what others have, and that's social skills, just like anime fans. But he says he just wants to live his life in peace, which eventually we'll probably see him find his own definition of peace and how he wants to live. But one of my problems with this anime is the mini games, because I don't understand what's going on. And is that because I don't understand this intellectual show? Maybe, but hey, that still don't mean this show don't make sense. And there's also like no, ooh, what's gonna happen, because bro will carry the whole class in no time. Like in the recent season, there was probably zero tension because you know he's there to carry. But you know what's not complicated? If you subbed and joined the journey, because I heard if you sub, not only do you gain IQ, I do too. And to that one person who had goosebumps when they heard me say that, look behind you in 30 minutes, you know who you are, wake up. Some of the other characters are cool additions, like this one and these guys. Ain't no way these guys are teens. They must have been fighting in prison at age 2. Each one has a weakness and it's probably their biggest flaw. And what I can probably say is each person in the class other than Ayano has one of the 7 sins, and it's mostly their primary downfall. And I would like to think that this is an intentional ad, because they go Shakespeare, like it giving me PTSD and stuff when I look at the start. But one thing I like about this character is that it's pretty well written and shows how smart they are, but they're nothing when it comes to Ayano. But how smart is he? I do not know. I know that sounds crazy, but just hear me out. The anime, in my opinion, doesn't really do a good job to show how smart he is, and I think there could have been more moments that he could have showed how much he excels in everything, or more mentions on how smart he is. And I'm aware the light novel does a good job at this, but to someone who's only watched the show without really looking deep into it, it just seems he's a guy who's just academically gifted when there's actually more to him. Talking about more people, do some of you guys know there's more than just Ayanokoji in the anime? I try and find anything to do with any other character and it's just top 10 baddest Ayanokoji moments. Like even other animes and anime fans, they have time to give some of the other characters moments a bit of the spotlight, and I was losing my mind trying to find even a crumb, something on the characters. Maybe I just lack in researching skills. When scrolling to find some things, I noticed a lot of you guys want to be like Ayanokoji, and I'm here to give you a guide on how to do it. Don't. There's a lot of good qualities about Ayanokoji and being motivated to reach his mental fortitude and talent, and it's something which I myself would see as something good, but suppressing your emotions and using people as tool isn't a path you want to go down. You'll only lose your social circle and have a less fulfilling life. Like to the the majority of you, this is a no-brainer, and we can see that some of these videos are just jokes or have like good tips on how to study and such. But as we all know, there's always a few people who want to be nonchalant, and being nonchalant will only close opportunities for you. And I didn't want to go into a random serious like mood, but it's actually crazily worrying how some of you people actually just want to be exactly like Ayanokoji. But what you should do in the end is just improve at your own pace and not be a person whose personality is already taken. Just be yourself. Yeah, from all this, I'd just like to say this show isn't really bad and it's actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like an 8, I'd say it's roughly just in the 7s, and that this new season could probably make it even better. But there is an anime that nails these flaws, and that's Fate. But you can check this video out to see for yourself. But have a good day and peace.